My name is Christy. I'm 29. I have 5 kids. I grew up in Tulsa. My childhood was okay. It kind of, I guess that's where my childhood started, with how I kind of winded up here a little bit, I guess you'd say. My mom was, she was married to my dad for 11 years, and she decided she didn't want that anymore. So she kind of went crazy and got pregnant with my 12-year-old brother, and winded up staying in a shelter, and then had my sister, which is 5. She's the same age as my daughter. So I kind of guess, in a way, I followed her footsteps a little bit with her abusive background. His mom didn't start getting into that cycle until my adolescent years, until I was a teenager. So I wasn't really there to see it, but I knew about it. And I guess from what I've seen, I just kind of carry that, because when you're 13 on up, your mom is who you look at. Your mom is who you want to be her. And I don't know, she was somewhat my hero. And then, when I saw her go through all these things, I just followed. I didn't intentionally do that. It just happened. We separated. I had separated from my first husband. And the first man that came along, I kind of attached myself to. And he was really good to me, like the first year. He was like real, supportive with my other 3 kids, and just basically put on a show, I guess you could say. He bought them Christmas, and he was like saying I could see my kids whenever I wanted to. But then I got pregnant with our daughter, and he got on drugs. He started doing meth, and he left me. I went to go visit my kids on Christmas one year, and I was, sorry, that's great. I was 5 months pregnant. And he left me there at my ex-husband's house, just took off. And he called, I had went to go stay with some friends, because I was wanting to leave then. Well, I had Michaela, and he met me at the hospital to see her. And he told me that he had an apartment for us, and, he was going to do this, and, just certain things. And so I believed him. And I went back, and he basically would tear me down. He would tell me what a bad mother I was, and that I didn't love anybody but myself, because I left my other 3 kids, and sorry. And that I was just stupid, and he would basically, just tell me that I can never do anything on my own. And then one day he had gotten into my face, and I kind of pushed him, out. And then he started hitting me, and I asked him, I said, "Why'd you do this?" He was like, "Well, you started this." I don't remember everything. I remember some of our fights. I remember when he ran me over with a car. My daughter, she remembers the stuff that I have forgotten. You know, she says, "Mommy, why did Daddy, do that to you?" And I'm like, I don't remember that. I guess because when you love somebody like that, when you feel like, he's your world, you kind of intend to block some things out going, no, he couldn't have done that to me. There's no way possible he did that to me.
When Christy first came here, she was quiet. She didn't talk. She was withdrawn, and she and her children had trouble with each other. They were all distressed and upset, and through working with Christy, she's going to classes now. She's getting an education. She's getting her driver's license today. And that's amazing. She's never driven a car before. And as her story came out, Christy's one of those, I've just been broken about hearing her. And I've sat with her in her office, and she told me the other day, I feel like a new person. I feel like she's saying, I'm coming out. I feel like I'm coming out of my shell. I'm totally different than I was several months ago.
Our case managers work with both the women and the children in case they go back to their abuser, and some of them do, because the average is 13 times going back before they finally leave. We work with a safety plan. We have a form that they go through. If you're going back, do you have a set of car keys hidden away with a friend? Have some extra money in case you have to run for your life. And we also do a safety plan with the children. Our children's coordinator, she will work with those children. It's not all right for Daddy to be hitting Mama.
My goals are to get my driver's license, which is going to be happening really soon. I'm going to school to get my GED, and then after that, I'll be starting college at TCC for business management.
To see the successes that she has had, and she definitely has. Her children are much more happy. They're more playful. Michaela comes every time I see her and gives me a hug. She gets so excited, and Braden is talking and smiling. I never saw that when they were first here, and she's talking and smiling. It's wonderful, and I really see a wonderful work that God has done in their lives.